So first up, we got the article about NATO. As you know, there's a sort of an election going on for the, I believe it is NATO Secretary, and it seems we are gonna get the new NATO Secretary. It seems it's going to be the former Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte. I'm gonna have something to say about it. I'm not particularly happy with the choice, and I'm gonna tell you why, but before that we're gonna read the article. And then there was one. Mark Rutte, Romania's president, withdraws from the race for NATO chief. Okay, that's the Romanian president, exits a voting poll correction, blah blah blah. Brussels. Romania's president has withdrawn from the race to become NATO's next Secretary General, leaving outgoing Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte all but certain to head the world's biggest military organization from October. The office of President Klaus Iohannis said in a statement that Romania's Security Council has backed Rutte's bid. It's also said that Iohannis has informed NATO last week what he intended to pull out. That he intended to pull out, not what he intended to pull out. No, that would have been a bit strange. Okay, I'm gonna get to it real quick. His withdrawal removes the last hurdle Rutte might face. It should allow NATO to put on a show of unity, I press X, and demonstrate solidarity with war-ravaged Ukraine when US President Joe Biden and his counterparts meet in Washington on July 9th to July 11th to mark NATO's 75th birthday. Rutte's appointment could be sealed by meeting of NATO ambassadors in coming days or by the leaders when they meet in Washington. He would officially start work on October the 1st. Don't miss a single military.com story to read the full article and get exclusive benefits. Sign up today, it's free. How about no? No. Fuck you. So, do I want to bother myself searching it up from another site? I'm gonna search it up real quick, maybe we'll be lucky. Let's go with CNN. What a scummy practice. Oh yeah, sign up, it's free. Oh yeah, it's definitely free. Definitely do not give out your, private information, which you do every minute you are on the internet, but hey. Oh yeah, make an account on like 100 plus sites. That's definitely not a, security risk. This is so stupid. I hate it. Yeah, it's free. Fuck off. CNN, yes. Okay, let's continue then. The term of the current Secretary General, Jens Stoltenberg, runs out on October 1st. Rutte will inherit a NATO that is racing to bolster its own security, while also supporting Ukraine's defense against Russia's invasion. The alliance is walking on a tightrope of rearming and increasing military spending while avoiding provoking Moscow and escalating what is already the deadliest war on European soil in decades. While Rutte has been a staunch ally of Ukraine since the start of the war, critics have pointed out that during his time as a Dutch leader, the Netherlands' defense budget was often below the 2% of GDP target that NATO members are expected to spend. The sources also say Rutte has been on a political journey, noting that in 2014 he attended the Winter Olympics in Russian ski resort of Sochi with the Dutch king and queen while the Russian tanks rolled into Crimea. However, with European politics likely to be unstable for the next 5 years and the prospect of a second Donald Trump term in the United States, Rutte, a moderate liberal, is thought to be in a good position to shepherd the 32-member alliance to what will be a difficult period now. I persevere doubt. A politician as a military secretary or a military chief of NATO. Why? No, Richard, why? Why do you put a politician on a position of a military alliance? What business does a politician have in NATO? Explain. Yeah, thought so. Why don't you put an experienced general? Like NATO has many of generals, like you from different countries. You could just put one of there, and they would understand their job much more better than this idiot. You're putting in there only because fucking politics. Yes, because of the politics. But like politicians have no business to being in NATO. That's the truth. Like put somebody competent there, somebody who actually works with military, and not some random Netherlands politician. Oh yeah, he was prime minister. Now his party has like 13% in preferences or so. He has won 5 from the race. And that's a funny thing about it. On that position of NATO chief, you could see there are a lot of very peculiar people going there. Obviously, it's Mark Rutte now. However, sometime before, there were speculations that Boris Johnson would become a NATO secretary or NATO chief. Yes, that Boris Johnson, that complete failure of a prime minister, that complete disgrace. No wonder so many NATO nations aren't shit if they think putting politicians on such places is a good idea. Seriously. Like, tell me, what exactly are politicians gonna do in NATO? Like, tell me. Tell me now. Like, what qualification does he have to de facto lead the military alliance? Yeah, thought so. Rutte must also oversee NATO's radical upgrade in defense and security capabilities. This will mean encouraging members to spend more money on defense and cooperating more closely on weapons procurement and plans for troop deployment. He will also have to navigate the results of the next US election. NATO allies are aware that Trump has historically criticized NATO for not spending enough money on their own security and relying on America, while few believe Trump would withdraw from the alliance or intentionally undermine European security. His bombastic approach to diplomacy could allow belligerent nations to view NATO as being weak and vulnerable. Yeah, being weak. They literally have a nation with almost like 7,000 nuclear bombs in it. Yeah, definitely weak. Good joke, bro. And no, he's not going to pull out of NATO. Like, his special services will not allow it. Like, you think the United States president is almighty? No. Its special services influence a lot of his or her policies, especially about stuff like NATO and military stuff. And whether he would not protect Europe, I mean, the 5th article of NATO, like he has to. If he's not going to, then like he's going to get coup d'etat. Like, I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure like he would get coup d'etat, or the United States would enter a civil war. Because I mean, there's a lot of Americans who will and want to protect the Europe, and they would not just stand idle by watching us, die in the trenches against the Russians, if that would ever happen, which I think it won't, and I hope it won't. Sweden and Finland have both joined NATO since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, a poke in the eye for Russian President Vladimir Putin. While Rutte may not see further expansion during his time in charge of the alliance, any increase in NATO's operations or capabilities will be seen as provocation in Moscow. And what are they gonna do about it? No, there's nothing more. Oh yeah, a pretty short article. But yeah, Mark Rutte as a secretary or whatever, yeah, NATO's next Secretary General, they actually invited him. Mark Rutte as a next Secretary General, I do not approve of it. I don't understand why would they install a politician there, and especially a non-popular politician. I saw his preferences with the Dutch people. He had like 65% disapproval or something like that. He's not a popular politician, so like he's not even a military guy as far as I know. Maybe he has some history in the military. Maybe you all can Google it. However, I'm too lazy to do that. So yeah, like if this was a charismatic popular politician, then sure, I understand he can bring many of the nations together, especially the people in the nations. Because I mean, if you're popular in your own country, then it is very likely that you're going to be popular with other countries as well. So yeah, I mean, I do not understand why he. But then again, it could have been Boris Johnson, which would have been infinitely worse. Like, I would then understand a lot of people who actually want to leave NATO. Because I mean, if Boris Johnson would have gotten it, then I would be pissed off as hell. That clown does not deserve any political position after his debacle in the UK. Should be lost to the annals of history forever. So moving on.